Hello, boys and girls. We are on page 24 of the rates and ratios packet, unit 1 or 2, depending on the year. Um, and what we're doing today is we're practicing some more measurement conversion. And we're going to use the three steps that we practiced yesterday. We're going to, step one, write and label a ratio table. That's step one. Step two, we're going to look at that conversion chart to help us find our conversion rate. And then we're going to convert it. All right, let's kind of kick it right off here with converting 16 quarts to gallons, to a number of gallons. All right, so we're going to start off as usual with our ratio table, and we're going to label that ratio table with quarts, QT, and gallons. Okay, so after we label our ratio table, we're going to look at our chart. Now the chart is on a different page. So we're looking for, let's see, gallons and quarts. That's very bottom here. We have 4 quarts is 1 gallon. 4 quarts is 1 gallon. I'm saying that a couple times because I want to make sure I label it right. 4 quarts, 1 gallon. Perfect. And we want to get to 16 quarts to determine the number of gallons. So we're going to put that 16 up top. We are going to, how are we going to get from 4 to 16? This is the conversion part. We're going to multiply by 4. And 1 times 4 is 4. So that means 16 quarts is the same thing as 4 gallons. All right, let's try the one right next door here. We saw this one yesterday, fluid ounces, which is a capacity measurement. It measures how much liquid something can hold. All right. First, we'll draw a ratio table. We'll write our labels, fluid ounces and cups. If we didn't know, we can look at our conversion table, which should be right behind this problem. Yes. Fluid ounces and cups, we have 8 fluid ounces is in 1 cup. So we have 8 fluid ounces in 1 cup. We're trying to get to 20. And again, right off the bat, I can't think of a number we can multiply 8 by to get to 20, but that's okay. We'll get there somehow, some way. All right, so how can we get, here, I'm going to show you different. We used a trick yesterday to get decimals. I'm going to show you another one. How can we get from 8 to 20? Well, we can multiply. What if we multiplied? What can we multiply by? If we could get from 8 to 16, that won't help. 8 times 4 is 32. That won't help. 8 times 5, though, is 40. Right? And if we do the bottom, 1 times 5 is 5. Now we can pretty easily get from 40 to 20 by dividing by 2 to find our answer here, which is the number of cups. Let's divide by 2. The only tricky part is we have to know half of 5. Well, 4 divided by 2, half of 4 is 2. 6 divided by 2, half of 6 is 3. So half of 5 would be right in the middle. What's right in the middle of 2 and 3? So 5 divided by 2, kind of squeeze it in there, would be right between 2 and 3, would be 2.5. 2.5. Nice. 2.5. Okay, a little decimal trickery in there. Nice, nice, nice. All right, let's try this one here. 4 tons equals a certain number of pounds. Well, let's set up our ratio table, conversion table. Tons is big T. Big T, we got big T, we got pounds. Tons and pounds. Okay, well, since we haven't worked with this one yet, I suppose we'll look at the chart. And we have 1 ton here is 2,000 pounds. Wow, okay. So 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. We're trying to get to 4 tons. We can do that in one step. not too bad. So we're going to multiply by 4 times 4. Well, when doing this, I'm going to kind of ignore these zeros right off the bat. I'll do 4 times 2 is 8 with 1, 2, 3, 0. So 4 times 2,000 is just 8,000. It's a lot of pounds. Not just 8,000. It's 8,000 pounds. That's a lot of weight. Okay. All right, let's try this other one here. Now, when you look at this, you're going to see what's called a mixed number. But for us, we can write that as a decimal. It might make it easier to think about and easier to work with. So 1.5 written as a decimal is the same thing as 1 5/10. Some say 1.5, it's 1 5/10. Same thing as 1.5. All right, so we are going to convert 1.5 quarts to pints. Let's see if we need that extra step there. All right, so quarts, pints. Let's see what we got. Let's check the chart. Quarts to pints, so pints to quarts. It's capacity, because pints, quarts hold liquid. 1 quart is 2 pints. 1 quart, 2 pints. 1 quart, 2 pints. 1 quart, 2 pints. All right. We're trying to get to 1.5. Ooh. Let's actually put this one down here. 1.5. All right, so how can we get to 1.5? Well, what if we doubled 1.5? What's 1.5 if we double that? 1.5 plus 1.5 would be 3. Let me just check that off this side. 1.5 plus 1.5, that's 2 1.5s would be 3. That checks. So if we somehow got to 3, from 1 to 3, we can easily get to 1.5. Let's do it. Let's do it. Or we, you know what? We could probably get right to 1.5. Let's do it. Let's do that. Let's just cut to the chase here, because we can any number times 1 is itself. So if we did 1 times 1.5, we can get to 1.5. 1 times 1.5 is 1.5. Well, then we just got to do 2 times 1.5. Let me show you a little trick here. If we can do 2 times 15, we can do 2 times 1.5. Well, what's 2 times 15? 2 times 15 is 30. So 2 times 1.5 is also 30, but with 1 decimal place. Right? So it'd be 3. Whoa. That wasn't too bad. We got some decimals in there, but that's okay. That's okay. Our answer was kind of a whole number there. It'd be 3. All right, let's try a word problem. Then we're going to do a couple more together. Then you're going to try some on your own. But you'll still be able to check with me. Let's see here. We have a 3-pound pork loin. Can be cut into 10 pork chops of equal weight. How many ounces is each pork chop? Okay, well, there's a couple different things here. We have a 3-pound pork loin. We want to cut that into 10 pieces, but we don't want to know how many pounds per pork loin, or pork chop, I should say. We want to know how many ounces per pork chop. So we have to change that 3 pounds to ounces. So we have to convert that. Okay, so 3 pounds. We're going pounds to ounces. Let's check our chart now. How are we going to go from pounds to ounces? Just to be sure, 1 pound is 16 ounces. 1 pound, 16 ounces. But we don't want 1 pound of pork loin. We want 3. So we're now going to go from 1 to 3. To do that, we'll multiply by 3. 3 times 2 is 3. It's 3. We'll do 16 times 3. Let's see what we get. 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. 48. Now, we're not done yet, because that's how many total ounces we have. We have 48 total ounces. We want to cut those 48 total ounces into 10 equal pieces, which would be like division. We're going to do 48 divided by 10. Now, when we did powers of 10, we haven't done powers of 10. Maybe we haven't done powers of 10. Some of you have done powers of 10 before. But let's take a look at this. 50, which is a number really close to 48 divided by 10, would be 5. 40, which is another number kind of close to 48, just a little bit less, would be 4. So our answer is going to be sort of closer to 5, but between 4 and 5. What are we thinking here? 48 divided by 10. Well, what we could do is 48, and when we divide by 10, what we do is just move the decimal point. This number, 4 and 8/10, this trick only works when you're dividing by like 10 or 100 or 1,000, something like that. But it's kind of between 4 and 5. And all you really do is move the decimal point. You can see it here in these other numbers too. This used to be 50. We moved the decimal point once. Make that 40, move the decimal point once, and there you go. So the answer to this question is 4.8 ounces. Nice. All right, we're going to try 2 more together. Then you're going to try some on your own. Can't wait to do it. Okay, so we're going to try these 2. 3 and 5. I'm sorry, 3 and 5. All right, let's check 3. 3 is we're changing 6.5 cups to fluid ounces. Cups, fluid ounces. Okay, let's check the chart. I have to go back a little bit. I believe it was cups and fluid ounces. Yes, cups, fluid ounces. 1 cup, 8 fluid ounces. 1 cup. Now, just so you know, you will get that chart on the test. You don't have to memorize the chart. You will get it when you're taking the test. You do need to know how to set up your ratio table, look at the chart and solve it, but the chart you'll get. All right, this one's kind of tricky. Kind of tricky, but it was not too bad. We're trying to get from 1 cup to 6.5. Now, what's nice about 1 is that we can get from 1 to really any number pretty easily. Okay? We can go from 1 to 6.5 just by multiplying by 6.5. Not too bad. We'd have to do the same thing on the bottom. 6.5. Well, as we've done before, if we do 65 times 8, we kind of also have, would be able to do 6.5 times 8. Let's do 65 times 8, see what we get. 5 times 8, 40. 8 times 6, 48 plus 4, 52. So if 65 times 8 is 520, what do you think 6.5 times 8 is? Now, if you guessed 52, you are correct. So to get 6.5 times 8, all we do is move the decimal point over once. Kind of a nice little trick there, okay? So we have 52 fluid ounces. Okay, last one completely together. We're going pounds to tons. Pounds to tons. Let's do it. Pounds to tons. Okay. So we want pounds and tons. Now remember when we looked at the tons, this one's kind of easy to remember just because it's kind of crazy. The 2,000 pounds is the same thing as 1 ton. Well, we want to get to 5,000. How are we going to do that? I think this one might be worthwhile doing it in 2 steps. If we can get from 2,000 to 1,000, we can then get to 5,000. So if we could divide, what do we divide by? Divide by 2. We get from 2,000 to 1,000. So 2,000 divided in half, or cut in half, is 1,000. 1 cut in half is a half. We've seen this trick before. We've used this trick a couple times. 1,000 times 5 is 5,000. Now, we do times 5 here. Well, we know that 5 times 5 is 25. We've maybe seen this before. So that means that 5/10 times 5 is 2.5. Oh yeah, it's 2.5 tons. Okay, so using the same steps that we've been using, I want you to take a moment, I want you to pause the video, and I want you on your own to try to convert 18 feet to yards. When you're done, when you've solved it, unpause it, and we'll see if we got the same thing. So take a second, pause the video right now, try it on your own. Okie doke, so this is what I got. I got 6 yards is the same thing as 18 feet. Set up my ratio table, looked at the chart, converted by multiplying by 6, I got 6. All right, let's try this one here. Same idea. Pause the video, try it on your own, unpause it when you're done. All right, go ahead and pause it. Okie doke, so this is what I got. I got 32 ounces. Labeled pounds and ounces, went to the chart, had to multiply by 2, got 32 ounces. Hopefully you got the same. If not, see what you did wrong, maybe correct that there, and we'll keep going. Keep going. Number 4, miles to feet. Again, pause the video, try it on your own, unpause it when you're done. We'll check it out. Okie dokes. Set up my chart, did my labels, looked at the conversion chart, multiplied by 2, and the answer I got was 10,560. All I had to do was multiply by 2. Not too bad. All right, here we go. Going quarts to pints. Pause the video, try it on your own, unpause when you're done. All right, so these ones weren't too bad, right? So we labeled, looked at the conversion chart. This one we had to multiply by 5 to get from 1 quart to 5 quarts. That would be 10 pints is 5 quarts. Now you can see on the bottom we have a couple challenge problems. Feel free to try those out. Show them to me if you do complete them. I'd love to see your work. If not, let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye-bye.